Uh, I know y'all, like, everybody talking about the Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford fight. You know what I'm saying? I was rocking with Spence. I ain't gonna lie. I was 100% rocking with Spence. Crawford was a better fighter. Like we got to get that out of there first. Crawford was 100% a better fighter. Was and is a better fighter. Like, I don't think Earl Spence should take the rematch. Sometimes in life, you know, when you in sports, you play you go against somebody, and you know you've been dominant and better than everybody else your whole life, and then you fight somebody else, and you be like, then you get to the realization that they just better than you. I think Terrence Crawford is just better than Errol Spence. Like, you know, Errol Spence, we heard all the stories about how good he was. Oh man. And like he was going up against guys who was good back then, but he better than them. You know, and you know, like, other Spence fans can't make the excuse of saying ring rust, because ring rust would mean that he got tired, and you know what I'm saying. And he could have got tired, but he was losing badly. So it's like you can't use the ring rust excuse. It's really no excuse. He just beat him. And then what I was saying, but what I do gotta say is a couple of things happened. Earl Spence he didn't look like himself. Like, I would have rather Earl Spence fought him right after the Ugas fight, like right then. Because, like, that Spence looked it way faster. This Spence looked it like a fat, out of shape middleweight fighting a light middleweight that's way quicker and stronger. Like, it looked terrible. Like, he was, like, Terrence Crawford wasn't only, like, faster than him, he was crazy fast. So, like, as Earl Spence would throw, like, a punch, he was, like, hesitant to throw punches, because every time he threw a punch, Terrence Crawford punch would get there before his. He'd throw the punch, and as Earl Spence swinging, and Terrence Crawford like, oh, he's swinging, let me swing and hit him before. It's like that person who wanted to get the lick first. Like bam, he hit him. So he couldn't even, you know, he couldn't even hit and hit him. And then so the first knockdown is what threw Earl Spence all off, because that knockdown wasn't vicious at all. But what happened during that knockdown was when he threw a punch. Guess what happened? When he threw that punch, and it was an off-balance punch, basically like the same punch that looked exactly like the same punch that what's his name? Sean Porter got knocked out with. Off balance, he throw a punch and he hit him at an angle where you just like fall. You like, oh, he hit me when like you swinging, and he stepped to the side and he catch you right here in your neck and then like knock you down. That punch, that one punch. This is why Crawford is special. That one punch, that little push knockdown of Earl Spence did something crazy. You're like, what did it do? I'm about to explain to you exactly what it did. When he got hit with that punch, right, the rest of the fight, Earl Spence was trying to do what all the announcers and everybody said. He didn't want to Like, he said he do with every boxer that go against Terrence Crawford. They get put down quick, drop quick. I'm down. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm down. I got to get it back. So if you watch, after Earl Spence won the first round, Terrence Crawford won the second. And at first, for the first part of the second round, Earl Spence just said, oh, he was trying to live up to the Tommy Hearns and shit, like, I'm about to get my shit back right now. So what he did was, he started getting careless and just throwing crazy punches, trying to knock Crawford out. He at least, in his mind, he was like, I got to knock this nigga back down. Excuse my friend. I got to knock this motherfucker back down. That's basically what he was thinking. And that was the wrong mindset. Like, see, to beat Crawford, you need a level of, you can't fight Crawford. Crawford get knocked down, he get angry. Spence get knocked down, he get angry. But you can't be that type of fighter. You got to be a fighter to get knocked down and go right back to your game plan. You got to be a fighter to get knocked down and go right back to your game plan. Like, I'm going to take this shit slow. Say you get knocked down twice in one round. You got to get up, like, forget those rounds. I'm going to try to win one round at a time. Spence tried to get it all back. Started trying to fight like Sean Porter, throwing crazy punches. And once he started doing that, one of the punches hit Earl Spence. I forget what round it was, early. And it just knocked his whole equilibrium off. He was like stumbling all around. He couldn't figure out. He couldn't really, like, if you watch, it was a jab in like the second round. He got hit with it early. And there was a jab in the second round where Earl Spence threw some jabs and he was punching air. And I'm like, what the hell? That threw up, like, what the fuck was that? That was before he got knocked down the first time. He was like, he was off. Like, Earl Spence was off the whole fight. That wasn't him. It was like, I don't know. And you got to remember another thing. Terrence Crawford prime might be 37. He might not even hit his prime yet. He might be getting better. And Earl Spence might have hit his prime when he was 31. And he getting old now. He looked slow. Like, slow. It just he looked too slow for him. Like, so I would say no rematch. Now he's saying he wanted to rematch it, but at 154. I don't see why. Because you can't even rematch for the, like, you're like, he don't even want the belts. He's like, I abandon them belts, fight me at 154. But that just means you're going to be even slower. Derrick James is trying. Derrick James in his bed, he was looking for anything that could help Earl Spence out there. Just nothing he can come up with was able to help him. He was like following every rule, following everything he was saying. Crawford was just better than him. Derrick James said, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to avenge this. For Spence fans, the Crawford fans is going to tear us up. Like, you know, we going to hear about this forever. But this part of will make boxing great. Like, somebody going to have to get teased. You know what I'm saying? When you fight. If you ain't willing to get teased and ain't willing to fight, then you just it's nothing. Somebody got to get teased. And we just have to be on the tail end of it. But you got to understand, from an Earl Spence fan. From an Earl Spence fan, you got first off, you got to be realistic and just understand that Crawford better than our homeboy, our dog Earl Spence. He's not our homeboy, our dog Earl Spence, one of our favorite fighters. He better than him. But see, I think even if Earl Spence, I'm gonna tell you, if Errol Spence fight Terrence Crawford again, he lose. He got to just retire because Errol Spence will never get that. See, it wasn't just the loss. See, I feel like even if Errol Spence would have been a good fight and Terrence Crawford would have caught him, it'd give him some hope for the next fight. He thoroughly beat him. Like, it was like not close. He was like, I'm better than you right here, right here. I'm faster than you. Like he went through the stages of showing, look at my defense. Bop. Nope. Bop. And then, like, even looking at his face, it don't even like Terrence Crawford fought. It didn't even look like he even was. It looked like Terrence Crawford could have fought today. He could have fought like Charlo today. Errol Spence and he gonna need like 3 months for his face to heal. 2 or 3. He gonna need like 2 months for his face to go down. It looked like his face looked like Wilder face, like this messed all up. Like, you're like, who the hell is that? I'm not cracking a joke. Errol Spence, my dog, one of my favorite fighters. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he should fight him no more. You can't fight him no more. See, I think him going up to 154 is a out to the fight. Because what I think gonna happen, I think Crawford gonna say, I'm about to defend these belts at 147. Because you gotta remember, Jamel, when Jamel saw what happened to Jamel, when the Charlo brothers saw what happened to Errol Spence, is he gonna want to take that fight? I don't think he's gonna take that fight. I don't think he's gonna take that fight. I don't see him taking that fight. That fight is way too dangerous to take. It's really, to be honest, it's really, I don't see nobody being able to beat him. Like, when you really like sit back and go through the stages of how good people is, I don't see nobody being able to beat him. If Terrence Crawford was 5 years younger, oh man, Floyd record 50-0 would be. It'll look crazy because it'll look like Crawford coming on because now he's 40-0 with a crazy knockout rate. And you know, and let me say another thing. Another thing that Errol Spence didn't do, what he was trying to do that he should have abandoned, was the body shots. The body shots. Errol Spence should have, like, once he saw that when he got, because it's like Errol Spence is like a trained program, like almost like a robot. He like body shot, make a person just drop his hands a little bit, then hit him in the. It wasn't working. Like, his defense was like stopping the body shots, and then when he punched, he was jab, he was too quick, bam. Like, it was, you know what it was like? It was like, it looked like a sparring session. Like, Terrence Crawford, like the good fighter, and you know, you training with like one of your young proteges, and he like, when he throw a punch, bam, nigga, you ain't that good, bop, bop, they're just cleaning them up. But he wouldn't be trying to hurt the protege, but he was like, oh, I'm about to show. See, Errol Spence was smart. He never really talked crazy to him, because if he would have been talking crazy, oh man, it would have really got bad. Errol Spence, see, I think Errol Spence knew that it was a possibility that he can get knocked out. That's why if you listen to Errol Spence talk, he talked a little crazy, but he kept it like just enough just to sell a fight. Like, you know, he knew, like, man, this motherfucker good. He knew what it was. And I think, like, not making no excuses, when you fight a guy at Crawford level, you can't fight him on no 2-year layoff. You just can't. You just can't. You can't. I don't know, cause see, the problem with a rematch is what do you work on? As Derrick James, what, like when he said, "Yo, fighter say, hey man, I lost. Yeah, man, it's gonna be okay, dog. You ain't get a chance to be undisputed. Cool, whatever. What do we work on and to be able to beat this dude? What do you work on? I don't even know what he should work on. Like, what do we start? He faster than them, first off. Like, as he punching, he beating them to the punch every time. Like, you can't work on speed. So he faster than them. He's a excellent counter puncher. And he got weird angles. Like, what can Derrick James need to tell Errol Spence? Like, look, you good. You're a great fighter. It's nothing really to, it's nothing that you can. It's really nothing to work on. You can't beat like this like that was they didn't come out with a shitty game plan. And for people, like I saw people in the comments saying, "Oh man, this person did better than this person." You gotta understand one thing. What you think Terrence Crawford was the same Terrence Crawford that fight Sean Porter? This nigga got better. He trained extra hard when he trained to actually like look at his face. He didn't even cut his facial hair. He didn't care about cutting his facial hair. This guy didn't need like he took a shower before he came out there. This motherfucker was just like, I ain't taking no shower. I ain't doing none of that shit. Fuck that shit. I'm about to train until I make sure I beat this motherfucker. I gotta beat this motherfucker. Yeah, but and you know what, to be 100% honest, as an Errol Spence fan, you have to sit there and let them get this shit off. You got to. Because I'm about to tell you what all the Errol Spence fans gonna do. But not me. I understand. I'm a realistic person. If he beat Errol Spence, he the best fighter in boxing. He beat him. He the best fighter in boxing. Earl can't fuck with him. Sorry, Earl. You can't fuck with him. Now man. Like, people want to start, what's going to happen. People going to start saying, Boots can beat him. Boots got angle and power. It just, Boots, I think Boots will do better than Errol Spence. But I just think Crawford on another level. I think he'll beat Boots too. I just think Crawford on another level. Crawford is a different animal. His counter punch and speed. It depends on how fast Boots is. You know what I'm saying? And do he got another level? How good is his chin when he getting hit by the top guy? But you know what I'm saying? You gotta just, like Errol Spence fans, so let's eat this one, move on, and 154, Charlo got all those belts. Who even at 154 can he say, okay, I'm gonna fight this guy? And what kind of performance he gonna put on after taking a beating like that? You can't say he got through from a car. That ain't no excuse. Like, let me break down all the Errol Spence fans' excuse. Can't say, he lost because he got through from a car. You cannot say that. Do not say that, because he beat top fighters after getting through from a car. You can't say, he got through from a car. You can't say the through from the car thing. Can't say the retina tear. It's none of this stuff, because he beat top guys. At that level. But I can see why Ugas gave Terrence Crawford problems earlier, because the problem with Ugas that I think that gave Terrence Crawford problems is Ugas is a long fighter. See, most fighters come in looking for angle, trying to hit Terrence Crawford. Ugas is standing there in the defense like this, let you have his body, and just jab. Like, his reach longer than Terrence Crawford. So, like, his defense up high so heavy that Terrence Crawford can't knock him out. So his shit up here, and he just stand like this. But it's perfect for Errol Spence, because Errol Spence can come in, he a body snatch, so I don't even want to hit you up high. I'm gonna just go all body shots and make you drop them hands and then hit you. Because there was times where Errol Spence was hitting the back of Ugas' glove, making him hit himself in the eye. He just like, I'm about to just beat your glove up and make you do that, because his shell is so high, and it'll gave Terrence Crawford a problem. But he can't beat Terrence Crawford either. I think Terrence Crawford didn't evolve. This Terrence Crawford would have watched everybody that he fought before. But Bomac said something crazy. He said, see, Errol Spence messed up. He said he should have fought him when he first came up. That's when he should have fought him, because you would have caught him. He wasn't naturally that weight. He was just like a lighter fighter. They let him get up and become a full welterweight. Like, nah, that's his body, that's his size, that's his thing. He a full welterweight. Oh, this is the best win on Crawford record, Errol Spence. Because Errol Spence is a dangerous fighter himself. Like, he was tearing everybody up. But, somebody had to lose. The problem, it was how he lost. Like, see, when Errol Spence was saying, like, this is going to be one of them great fights for them. No, it's only going to be a great fight if you showing people about Terrence Crawford. That's the problem with what Errol Spence said. It was a one-sided ass whooping for Terrence Crawford whooping his ass. And it was like, he said he didn't put on a great performance. Everything he said that he was going to do in this fight, he said. See, what Errol Spence should have did was, the first round he won, locked that up. The second round, he should have stuck to how he fought the first round. He tried to, like, get more into it. He should have just stayed tight and just jab and just stay away from him. Stay away from this. When you fight, when you want to do all your power shots, you got to get all the way up on him where he can't fight you, and fight him up close. But other than that, just stay far as back as possible and just sneak in jabs. Almost play like a Floyd Mayweather, like kind of avoiding him style, like and just kind of beat him on points. That's how you beat Terrence Crawford. But don't nobody fight like that. Like running style, just hitting him and running around, and like, because most people want to take the fight to Terrence Crawford. But yeah, this your boy 100,000. Devastating. It's gonna be a tough tough month for all the Errol Spence fans. See, I knew it was a 50-55. I thought it was like, by me being a Spence fan, I was 60-40 Spence. You know what I'm saying? But I knew Terrence Crawford couldn't beat him. I said if Terrence Crawford hit him, and I saw Terrence Crawford hitting him like in like the 5th or 6th round and getting him dizzy, and then taking it he was hurting him the whole fight. I didn't see that happening. Yeah, but and I saw somebody in one of the videos said Earl looked at weight drain. He looked at weight drain. He was slow, sluggish, but you can't make an excuse for that. You can't make an excuse for that. The better man won. Eat y'all crow. Crawford fans, they knew how good he was because they watched him, but most of them was Errol Spence fans, and when he moved up to that weight, they switched over to Terrence Crawford, because they were like, well, this guy right here can beat him. I'm still a Spence fan, but that guy better than him. And we were like, nah, we sticking with the gun, this dude good, and we was wrong. But this the end of the video. You know what I'm saying? We had to eat this crow. I'm going to sign off over today. Like, comment, subscribe.